What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in on today's Custom Car Reviews. I'm your host, Gabe, and today we're going to be doing an in-depth look at this 2020 BMW F90 M5. We're going to talk about all the performance, exterior, and interior characteristics of the F90 M5, and then we're going to take it out on the road with the intentions of answering if this four-door German super sedan is worth your time and potentially your money. I would be lying if I said I wasn't extremely excited to finally get my hands on this F90 M5, let alone any M5. There's such a rich and exquisite meaning and history behind the M5 name. You can't really say high performance sports sedan or super sedan without the M5 coming into the conversation. Since the mid-1980s, the M5 has proven to be the perfect blend of practicality, of luxury, and performance. We've seen countless changes to the design, the exterior, the interior, the technology, but the most important changes of all have to do with the engine sizes. The M5 started its humble beginnings with a straight 6 or inline 6 engine in the E28 and the E32. Then it's made its way to a naturally aspirated V8 in the E39. Then a V10, a naturally aspirated V10 engine was put in the E60 generation, making the M5 the first production sports sedan or production sedan to come with a V10 engine. For many people, that was the pinnacle, the benchmark, the all-time best M5. The F90 M5, and of course the predecessor, the F10, eventually switched to a V8 platform, but this time adding twin turbos, making the F10 and the F90 the first generations of the M5 to come with forced induction. Under the hood, we're going to see that lovely twin turbocharged V8 engine. It's a 4.4 liter dubbed the S63. And for the F90 generation, you're going to be getting 600 crank horsepower and 553 pound-feet of torque. Now, if you get the competition package, you're going to get about 20 horsepower more. The 4.4 liter S63 version in the F90 makes about 40 more horsepower than the pre-refined version in the F10. And this version of the S63 makes about 100 more horsepower than that naturally aspirated V10 engine, making this the most powerful version of the M5. This particular car is armed with VRSF downpipes and a JB4 tune, making this car produce 680 crank horsepower and about 660 or 50 pound-feet of torque. Let's hear what that S63 twin turbocharged V8 with downpipes sounds like. Do you hear the turbo spooling and the pops and backfire? Okay, let's get serious now. Paired to this twin turbocharged V8 is going to be an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission, and that power is being delivered to either a all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive setup. Now, combining that twin turbocharged V8, that lightning fast ZF automatic transmission, and either the all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive, you're gonna have a 0 to 60 time between 3.3 and 3.5 seconds. That is absolutely ridiculous to think that a 4,100-pound sedan can hit sub 3.5 seconds. The BMW F90 M5 is not just a powerhouse of a sports sedan, it is also an incredibly gorgeous looking car. Check out this beautiful voodoo blue color on this particular model. It is jaw-dropping, and especially when you have this piercing sun, you get to appreciate just how gorgeous the blue is. At the front end of the car, you're gonna truly appreciate just how aggressive and elegant this car looks. These semi-hexagonal lights look compared to like the newly refreshed model, the LCI. I'm not a big fan of the LCI at all. The LCI has new LED L-shaped matrix lights, also has a different grille design, which I actually like the grille design. If you could do it on this car, it would look great. I love the abundance of carbon fiber features up front here in the grille. You also have it downstairs with the lip and the vent inserts. Take a look at the side profile of this car. You'll notice just how long this is. This is 16 feet. From the side, you really can't differentiate it so much from the 540i. The only way to truly tell if this is an M5 is if you walk over to this little flare vent here that says M5, obviously in carbon fiber. And you also have carbon fiber side view mirrors and a carbon fiber roof. The gloss black wheels that you can see on the side combining with this voodoo blue color is chef's kiss perfect. You have an additional bit of carbon fiber over here with this trunk lid spoiler. I absolutely love these angel tail light designs. It's very similar to what you have in the F10 generation and what the E60 had also, where they were very pronounced. These are a lot sharper in design. The LCI does actually have an updated taillight design, which, you know, I actually like the taillight designs a little bit more just because they black out certain sections to make it look a little sharper. You get to enjoy some more carbon fiber fun over here with this insert here for the diffuser. And of course, you have the quad tip exhaust setup. I wish, however, that the flares in the rear would poke out just a little bit more. If you look at it from here, they don't stick out as much as the F80 M3 or the G80 M3. But again, just take in the beautiful look of the F90 M5. So the interior of the F90 M5, it is equally as impressive as the performance and the exterior characteristics of the F90 M5. And I absolutely love this particular car's dual tone white and dark gray color combination. It matches beautifully with the exterior voodoo blue. First, you're gonna notice this incredibly comfortable steering wheel with good grip and feel and design and look. I love the silver finish pieces here, the paddle shifters in the back, kind of plasticky, not very nice click sounds. You also have like the different driver setting modes here, the M1 and the M2. Right behind it, you have the odometer, tachometer, and speedometer. All looks very nice and aggressive. On the door panels, you're gonna see like the very nice silver finish, kind of like this brushed aluminum look that combines nicely like with this white leather and dark gray leather. I love that silver finish dashboard piece over here with the silver and brushed aluminum accents surrounding the piano black pieces here that are covering these buttons. Even the gear selector area is so nice with this piano black finish, and the seats themselves are plushy and comfortable, and you can always adjust the bolsters to fit more snug or give you some breathing room here. And of course, you can't forget the Alcantara lining on the roof, which is just, again, a very high-end sports car luxury feel. You can individually select the different characteristics, like for example, louder exhaust, stiffer steering wheel, rougher suspension. I mean, you could do that all, or you could set it up on the M2 or M1 settings. The infotainment system can be controlled by this little dial here that is very, very addicting to use. Now, something that's really important about this particular car is that it is spec'd out to have the executive package, which I strongly recommend you look for or you spec out if you can. The most important settings, in my opinion, have to be the massage seats that can be activated over here that have an array of different options for you to choose from. The executive package comes also with wireless charging. It also allows for the front seats to have ventilated air seats, so cool air and of course hot air for the front seats and of course the rear as well. Another key feature of the M5, which is the gesture control. If you wanted to change songs, don't answer a call, or adjust the volume, all you have to do is provide gesture controls. I mean, you can change the different ambient lightings, which by the way, you can't really tell too much of during the day, but at night it just stands out and it just makes the driving experience a whole lot better. Now, if you go to the M setup, you'll also be able to go ahead and configure which type of drivetrain you want to have, whether you want to have the 4-wheel drive or the 2-wheel drives. You can also edit the heads-up display as well. I mean, guys, there's just an abundance of features, safety features that you can dial down if you don't want them to be too intense. I mean, we could spend so many hours here. The rear view camera image quality kind of looks like Google Maps quality, but it's still acceptable, and it also includes a 360 surround view, which is awesome. Now, in terms of practicality, I have plenty of space. I have not adjusted the seating position of the owner, which is about 5'11". I'm about 6'2", and I have plenty of room. And of course, there's also a ton of space on the side over here in the cubby section, glove compartment. Let's go ahead and check out the back seats. Now in the back seat is where you're gonna be able to tell that this is not a 7 Series. So again, I didn't adjust the seating position on a 5'11", 6-foot person, and I got about an inch or so of space. You also have an armrest here that, you know, for an executive package or an executive type of car, there's no places to write or store any pens. I mean, you only have here some cup holders, and that's about it. I mean, guys, the back seats are important, they're good to have, but they're not the primary focus of this car. This is, again, solely made and tailored to the guy up here. The trunk space. You could definitely fit somebody that's about 6'2", 6'3", very comfortably without having to get too creative with disposal methods. You could definitely fit about 1 or 2 mid-sized luggages and definitely about 3 to 4 smaller luggages. But you definitely have enough space for any car parts or groceries. All right, guys, so there we go. We've talked a little bit about the history, some of the performance characteristics of this car. We've talked about the exterior and interior characteristics as well. I think now would be the appropriate time to start driving this thing. And what better way to start off the driving portion with a little 0 to 60 fun. Well, are we gonna hit that sub 3.5 seconds with this VRSF downpipe and JB4 tune? Probably not, but screw it, let's do it anyway. All right, so we're hitting M2, slamming the brakes, hitting the accelerator. That's insane. I gotta try this again. Oh my God, that is insanely quick. Great correction, man. Oh. Woo! Downshift as well. Oh man. Initial impressions. It is quick, obviously. That is ridiculously quick, man. It's not like a Tesla that, you know, you get that initial pull and that's it. Here it's like continuous. Using another straightaway. Let's. Just fucking flies. Ooh. Okay, so we're coming up on a corner here. That is really tight, man. Thing is just so efficient turning in the corners, and oh my god. Yeah, this thing is just incredible. Like, it's so insane. All right, so now we're gonna take it a little bit easier. We're gonna switch it to M1, which is the, sorry, M1. We don't want to go crazy, which is this owner's comfort mode, which is basically Sport Plus but with soft steering and softer suspension. This also has H&R springs, which I forgot to mention, so it does have an appearance effect to it. But right now, driving very conservatively, it's already pretty rough compared to, like, let's say an S-Class or something a lot more top tier like the 7 Series. But that's really okay, because the point of the M5 has always been sport first. So it makes sense that the suspension is on the stiffer side of things and not necessarily the most comfortable experience. Here's the comfort setting turn. Ooh, perfect. Perfect. I think BMW does an incredible job at making the suspension feel like you're all one piece and there's no like loose ends per se. But this is a larger vehicle, so you are gonna feel like that 16 foot turning and twisting. make sure that you're right on target. I'll be honest, I'm not really confident with switching into the rear-wheel drive mode. I mean, this is 670 horsepower. It doesn't weigh that much either. I think the all-wheel drive is already pretty insane. Here's some clips of rear-wheel drive being used to the fullest extent. Wow. Oh shit. Even on all-wheel drive, it doesn't let you drift. Like, it really wants to keep you focused. And even when you want to lose control, you really can. It's insane. Like, it's insane how quick this car is. Oh gosh. But just to recap, yes, driving it comfortably without any sort of performance intentions, it is on the stiffer side. So if you're looking for something a little bit more comfortable, maybe the M is not the place you want to go. Now I'm going to switch it to M2, which is the sport all around. So of course, stiffer steering. It also is going to have the stiffer suspension, and you can immediately tell the difference. The Comfort had some buffer, but on the stiff mode, Sport Plus mode, M2, it is definitely on the stiffer side. All right, let's do a little launch here. Oh my God, dude. It never gets old, man. This is just honestly a bullet. A really big bullet. This is definitely a 50 caliber bullet. Let's test the turning radius here. Solid. Oh my God. This thing is so freaking quick. And the crazy thing about this is that this isn't actually a dual clutch transmission, it's a CF. But if somebody were to tell me that it is a dual clutch, I'd believe them, because these shifts are on point. I mean, it's definitely the same feeling as the DCT on the F80 M3 that I drove and reviewed. Turn that frown upside down with the windows down. I mean, I could do this all day. This is just insane. Alright, so we've done a lot of talking about how fast this car can climb. But now let's talk about how quick it can come to a halt. These are the steel brakes. Let's go ahead and test these brakes now. Oh yeah, man, that is... Those are good. Those are good. That's really good quality brakes right there. Very sensitive to the touch, you see? Very tense. Just a little feather and it's already halting. I mean, you gotta have strong brakes when you're trying to stop this 4,100 pound German super sedan. And these aren't the carbon ceramic options, which, by the way, the carbon ceramic options are a little bit excessive, I think, especially if you don't track the car. But the brakes that we have here, they will suffice in being able to bring a stop or a halt to this 4,100 pound super sedan. Well guys, there you have it. That is the full in-depth review of the pre-LCI F90 M5. And by gosh, was this an exciting car to drive. Everything from the performance characteristics like the insane power, the lightning fast transmission, and the toggle all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive setting truly make this one of the fastest and most heart-racing cars I've ever driven. All while having an attractive, sporty, and sleek exterior and interior design. But the magic truly lies in the driving experience, where you can see the ballistic nature of the F90 M5 when you drive it in a performance fashion, and then how calming and relaxing it is when you tone it down. With the exception, of course, the rather stiff ride quality, but nonetheless, it is still an incredible driving experience. It is truly safe to say that the F90 M5, for me, is the perfect daily driver performance sedan to dominate the streets. Guys, stay tuned for a full first-person POV drive in this tuned F90 M5, or check out a two-part vlog series where we put this F90 to the test on a road trip from Texas to Florida. If you guys found this video informative and entertaining, go ahead and give this video a like. Helps out tremendously with the algorithm. Guys, if you enjoy my content overall, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And guys, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my other videos, my reviews, my vlogs, etc. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.